All right, so as you know, on the 6th of February and on the 9th of February, we are playing two friendly games against, I would say, our big brothers, Jamaica. Call them our big brothers because they are more advanced than us in football and they could beat us up anytime they really want to, right? So we're taking this as an opportunity to learn. As two things happened today. The coach had a virtual press conference and they also released the list of players for those games. So I want to talk about the list of players first. I have it here. So I'm looking at the list and obviously there's a lot of local based players. I see about 4 or 5 who are actually playing in Jamaica. Montego Bay, Natty playing in Mount Pleasant. We also have a few players who recently started with new clubs. I see Noah Powder. He started with Westchester FC, that is in USL League One. And Stefan Yates, who actually moved from Pacific to York United in the Canadian Premier League. We know that the coach went and looked at some of the local games. We have 7 players who come from Defence Force. We also have a couple of players from some of the other top teams, AC Port of Spain. Who do I see here again? We have 2 players from San Juan Jablote, and I want to talk about those a little bit because those would be Lindell Sween and Darrell Garcia. Darrell Garcia has made waves in the secondary school league, and the coach actually said, looking at him, he reminds him of him in his younger days. It's a big compliment knowing that our coach played at one of the top clubs in Europe for many years. So that's a big compliment right there. So he's trying to incorporate 17 and 18-year-olds into the team. I did a video recently about bringing down the age of our team, getting younger players on board. And one of my areas of concern was the defense. Could always go back and look at that video. With the defenders I see here, these defenders are still a bit old. But again, is what we have right now at our disposal. It's not an international window. We have 2 friendlies and pulling the best that the league has and from Jamaica also. A question was asked of the coach in the virtual press conference about scouting because he's been in office for about 2 months now, and he kind of held his cards close to his chest and said that he's been making some inquiries but nothing significant as yet. Kind of, I don't want to say strangely, but he mentioned in that interview that not just because you're doing well in England means you will automatically make the team. So clearly he's looking at people in Europe, which we all hope and had expected. He said he personally made some calls, but he doesn't have any commitments as yet, which is fine. But at least we know that he is tracking in that direction. Again, plug, really hope we get 22-year-old Darren Payne as a right back to play for us. He's playing in second division in Holland football right now. Most likely they'll be back in top flight in Holland. So yeah, we have this team, and also he kind of mentioned that he wants to build the core of his team coming up from the local league. So he's saying that don't count yourself out just because you're playing in the local league. And definitely he is looking at the international players also, but he wants his core to really be from the local league to have them progressing. I'm seeing here the names, and I mean, it shouldn't really be a surprise. Joven Jones, he's been doing pretty well in the league. I also see Kevin Molino, who is scoring a lot in the league. To me, honestly, I think Kevin Molino is probably on the back end of his career, Jovan Jones might be able to make it to the World Cup. But questioning Kevin Molino, to be quite honest, if he would make it to the World Cup. Again, he'll be a good mentor and a good person to have around the team. I see Jesse Williams on the team, and I love Jesse Williams as a player, but currently he's unattached. He doesn't have a club, so I don't really understand how he got onto the team, seeing that we have a local league going on and we have players who are currently playing. Unless, again, something we don't know, that he may be training, or he may have had a trial, or maybe going with somebody. Marvin Phillips is back again, probably just for the friendlies, because, well, we know that Denzel Smith got his contract and he is organizing to leave and go to his club. Looking through the list again, I see Justin Garcia and Isaiah Garcia in the back, which makes sense because they're doing pretty good for Defense Force. Michael Poon Aguirre, who recently started with Portland Hearts. I don't know if he went out as yet, so maybe getting the games before he goes to his new club. Brent Sam, he is a big forward that, again, could be a presence in front. But I think, and I know that the coach, what he did against Saudi Arabia, is that he played all the players. So that in one game, he may play Brent Sam and have him as a big, muscular presence in front. And then the other game, he might play Lendell Sween and Darrell Garcia as two quicks, two nimble guys in front. So again, we'll see how that goes, because there's a buzz and an excitement that we now have a 17 and an 18-year-old on the team who, again, we're looking forward for big things from them. So just some of the points that came out from, again, the virtual press conference that he had, and also the release of this roster. So tell me your thoughts. Tell me who you think should have been there. Now, remembering that we're not on an international break, so it would have been mostly local players, and I guess Jamaican players also, because we play in Jamaica, so they may be on that break also. Tell me who you think should have been there again and what you're looking for. He said, again, success to him is seeing that his players buy into the process, and definitely if he gets a victory, that'll be a plus also. But he really wants to see that the players are able to run with his vision. And we know that he has a very forward-thinking vision. He laid that out, and I did a video on that, where he talks about being more aggressive on the ball, being more forward-thinking, keep pushing the ball ahead of you rather than turning back and playing defensively all the time. He did say that we'll have spells. He spoke more about the Cuba game because that is where his vision is right now. He said that even though it's 90 minutes, he counted as 100 minutes because sometimes you have more time. He said that there will be spells where we'll have to sit back and absorb some pressure and then go forward. So he is thinking holistically, and we really like the direction that is going in. But again, tell me your thoughts. Tell me if you think that this is the best team that he could have picked. And what are your predictions or was your expectations for the two games, February 6th and February 9th, knowing that we're playing away from home, playing in Jamaica, which is a passionate country about their football. So I'm expecting those stands to be kind of filled out. And again, what we call a hostile environment. So tell me your thoughts. There's just what I noticed today, and listening to his press conference, just thought I'd bring up 1 or 2 points. So thank you very much, and please like, share, and subscribe.